All right, guys, it is the day that I have been waiting for. It is the final day, the final update of the first Bad Knives Only, like little series, challenge, whatever you want to call it. Um, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of proud that I made it the whole 7 days, only carrying this thing, not even touching or handling any other knives. Um, it was I learned a lot about this thing. It was challenging though, so it's still a lot of fun. I mean, um, you know, like I said, around day two, I started already getting the itch to carry something different. Um, a couple things that I'm not used to is like the tip down carry. So there's been a couple times where I try to put it in my pocket like normal, and I make the sad realization that that's not how this thing is going to work. I usually carry, something that's, mid or even some higher end stuff nowadays. But it was nice to get back into, kind of like my roots. So it's very interesting, just, the knife in general. The build quality is not great, so the hardware is crappy. The knife is off center. I was able to tune it up where there's no blade play, which is like one of my main gripes. So I at least had that. Also because it runs on like these plastic, I don't know if they're Teflon washers, but I'm just going to say plastic for now because I don't know. It's not like super crappy. It feels nice enough. Definitely feels like something a lot more than $4. So that was really nice. Blade finish, I've said it multiple times. It's kind of trash looking, but for $4, whatever. I'm just recapping a lot of the old stuff if you haven't noticed already. Handle stuff doesn't always match up. You can see right there, right there. Don't even have to turn it around. You can see it right there. At least it's real G10 though. And then just the course of carrying it over the week, there's just a little blue coming off from my jeans. The blade performed a little bit better than what I thought it would. I would say via moderate cutting, you'll get definitely a day's use out of this. Any more than a day, and it seems to get a little sketchy, especially if you're, maybe if you're cutting a little bit more than average, you're definitely going to notice it. Towards the end of cutting up all the cardboard, like I said, I started feeling it drag a little bit more, but stropping it up and hitting it on the porcelain stones were more than enough to bring back a decent edge, for that time being. The feel in hand is kind of nice. I wish that maybe the jimping here on the lock bar wasn't so rough. The thumb ramp's not too bad. I still wish it would be squared off rather than totally round ridges, because sometimes it just feels like a bit too much. One thing that I don't know if I brought up, the thumb studs feel fine. They don't really dig at your thumb or whatever. There was that one thing with the pocket clip or putting it in the pocket, which I'll show a quick, how it should be. And then now what would happen usually when I put it in my pocket, which I'd have to, flip it up a little bit. Flipper just simply doesn't work. When you have it tuned in and dialed in really well, you can give it a flick and it'll come out, but there's definitely not enough to be able to deploy the knife without the flick of the wrist. So I will admit that it definitely grew on me. I don't know why, but maybe, towards the end I was kind of rooting for it a little bit. $4 knife, and it, didn't seem so far off that maybe, by the middle of the week I was like, you know what, this thing could be not totally horrible. And truthfully, it wasn't. I mean, I feel like there was definitely potential for much, much worse. So, yeah, that's more or less my experience. I'll link the first video up here. If you guys haven't watched any of it, you guys can go back and kind of follow me through my week's progression. Definitely, like I said, I'm glad it's over though. Not only was it hard carrying just this for the last week and all of that, but like the daily upload schedule was it wasn't crazy tedious or anything, but it was a little bit of grind. I'm not used to uploading so frequently, so I'll probably take a couple days rest, and I got a couple other things planned for you guys too. So thank you for following me on my journey so far. I want to do this again. Maybe not, so soon after, but I definitely want to do it again. Maybe this time you guys can suggest like a, really bad knife, something that's just cringy or awful that you want to see me try and carry for a full week, and actually use it and, get the hang of it. So if there is something, let me know in the comments. Or you can head over to my Instagram page too and hit me up there. Link will be down in the description as well. But yeah, again, just thank you so much for following me on this little challenge here. And yeah, I guess we won't see you tomorrow, but I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.